My dear students, good morning. This is Deepak and today I shall be taking up the chapter The Last Leaf that is written by O. Henry. My dear, I have already completed this chapter and today I shall be discussing with you question and answers of this chapter. So I request all of you to listen to this audio content carefully. So let's start. Think about it. Question number 1. What is Johnsey's illness? What can cure her? The medicine or the willingness to live? Johnsey was suffering from pneumonia. The doctor who was checking on her said that she will not get cured by the medicines that are being administered to her if she gives up hope of recovering. Second, do you think the feeling of depression Johnsey has is common among teenagers? Yes, I think the feeling of depression Johnsey experiences is very common among teenagers. The present lifestyle is putting teenagers under constant pressure as they are burdened with studies and the anxiety of future. They are also subjected to a lot of parental and peer pressure. Along with this, they are also expected to behave in a certain manner as deemed appropriate by the society. Most often, they are unable to bear so much of stress and end up being depressed. 3. Berman has a dream. What is it? Does it come true? Berman always dreamed of creating a masterpiece. Berman's dream comes true because the leaf he has painted onto the tree, the last leaf on which Johnsey's life depended, helped save Johnsey's life. It looked so original to Johnsey that the hope to live and survive revives within her. Question number 4. What is Berman's masterpiece? What makes Sue say so? The painting of a leaf which Berman made after the last leaf fell was really a masterpiece. Sue has every reason to say so because the painted leaf that looked like the original was able to inspire Johnsey to live her life. His last stroke was a masterpiece as he sacrificed his life to revive that of a young teenager who was in the throes of death and had given up the desire to live. Why was Johnsey counting numbers in the descending order? Johnsey was suffering from pneumonia and she had seen many of her friends succumb to the illness. She had therefore given up the hope of survival. She looked out of the window and was counting the leaves that remained on the ivy, for she concluded that her heart would stop beating as soon as the last leaf dropped. Johnsey was counting down the leaves as they remained and dropped from the creeper. Question number 2. Next question. What is the significance of ivy leaves? In O. Henry's story, The Last Leaf, the ivy plays a significant role because the leaves of the ivy had become the object of measurement of Johnsey's life and time on earth. She had given up hope and had convinced herself of the imminent departure from the mortal world. Her life on earth would end the day the last leaf dropped off the creeper. It was eventually an ivy leaf, though a painted one, that revived in her the desire to live and got her back on the road to recovery. Next question. How did Berman react when Sue told him about Johnsey's condition? Berman was a 66-year-old painter who lived on the ground floor of Johnsey's house. After the doctor's report of Johnsey's condition, Sue, her friend, went down to pour out her worries to the old man. He reacted by saying, "Is she stupid? How can she be so foolish?" and went up to meet her. He left the sleeping girl alone and went back to his room without uttering a single word. Next question. In spite of the storm and the fierce winds, it didn't fall. Explain. When Johnsey gets up the next morning, she draws the curtain and looks out to check if the last leaf had fallen. To her surprise, she sees the leaf still on the creeper, looking more green and healthy. It had not fallen despite the storm and fierce winds of the previous night. She had actually prepared herself to follow the last leaf out of the world. She kept looking at the leaf that was clinging quite strongly to the creeper and developed her own strength and will to get back to life. Why did Johnsy say that she has been a bad girl? After noticing the leaf firm and alive on the creeper, she calls out to her friend Sue and regrets having been a bad girl. She feels sorry for not having cooperated with Sue, who looked after her so lovingly. Johnsy was sorry for having gone into depression and realizes that it was sinful of her to have wanted to die. What is depression? Why does one go into depression? Can it be treated? Depression is a common yet serious medical illness that negatively affects how one feels, thinks, and acts. Fortunately, it is also treatable. Depression causes feelings of sadness and or a loss of interest in activities once enjoyed. It can lead to a variety of emotional and physical problems and can decrease a person's ability to function at work and at home, and causes changes in sleep, appetite, energy level, concentration, daily behavior, or self esteem. Depression can also be associated with thoughts of death, as seen in the case of Johnsy in the story The Last Leaf. Possible causes include a combination of biological, psychological, and social sources of distress. Increasingly, research suggests that these factors may cause changes in brain function, including altered activity of certain neural circuits in the brain. The mainstay of treatment is usually medication, talk therapy, or a combination of the two. Increasingly, research suggests that these treatments may normalize brain changes associated with depression. What is the importance of sacrifice? Sacrifice has been taken to very extraordinary heights by O. Henry. Sue's outpouring of her worries and concerns about the miserable and depressed condition of her friend to their affectionate neighbor resulted in an unusual display of humanitarian behavior. Old Berman, who had not said anything about what he has seen out the window, is found to have been inflicted by pneumonia in a serious form. Chances of recovery seemed bleak. He died in the hospital, having fulfilled the scriptural words, "Greater love hath no man than this, that a man lay down his life for his friends." Berman had gone into the icy night, climbed a ladder, and painted an ivy leaf so Johnsy will not know all the real leaves are gone. Berman's leaf restored hope in Johnsy and made her determined to get well. He had sacrificed his life for the young teenager. My dear students, you can find more questions from this chapter. Just go through the chapter, and if you face any kind of problem, you can contact me anytime. Thank you very much, dear, for listening to the content. Thank you.